Hey everyone, in this video we are going to be looking at the 3 disturbances in the Atlantic to possibly become Ida and Julian. Now before we could get into the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel if you are new and turn on post notifications so you won't miss a single upload or live stream on the channel. Right now we are looking at the 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook from the National Hurricane Center in Miami, Florida. As you can see, we have disturbance 1 in the Caribbean right now. It has an 80% chance of a cyclone formation in 5 days. We have disturbance 2 over here, 80% chance of cyclone formation in 5 days as well. And we also have disturbance 3, a 30% chance of cyclone formation in 5 days. Today we are going to be mostly talking about these 2 disturbances in the Caribbean and in the middle of the Atlantic. This is Invest 97L in the middle of the Atlantic, a few hundred miles southeast of Bermuda right now. As you can see, it's definitely looking a bit disorganized right now. We do have some convection blowups, however, in 2 different areas, the southwest part of the storm and the northeast part of the storm, but definitely looking quite disorganized as of right now. It does have that 80% chance of a cyclone formation in 5 days, so sometime in the next 5 days we could see a tropical depression. Here's the current spaghetti models, or the GFS, in symbols. Now as you can see, that main black line, which is the main model that's in green, as you can see, it continues that northwest movement, but it does make a sharp turn, still quite a ways away from Bermuda at about that 24-hour mark, and by 72 hours, that's way over here, approaching 1,000 miles east of Bermuda. As you can see, it has 1,011 millibars, so it has strengthened. It does weaken back over here by 24 hours. But as you can see, 986 millibars. That's a tropical storm. So by 120 hours, we won't see any effects to land, but we could see a tropical storm. As we look at the model intensity guidance, we can see here a lot of these are reaching tropical storm strength, and most of these are reaching a category 1 strength. As you can see, 4 different models are reaching category 1 strength. We do have 3 different models down here which are agreeing together. We have pretty much 2 sides. One part of these models want this to kind of weaken from where it is right now, and we have one side of the models that are agreeing. We have more models that are agreeing that this is going to become a tropical storm slash hurricane, and we have less models that are agreeing that this is just going to weaken into remnants. As you can see, one model even reaches that category 2 strength, which is a high-end category 2 strength, which is quite interesting here because we don't have the most warmest waters up there. We definitely do have some warm waters to sustain that type of strength, but once you get into more this type of area, it's gonna be starting to weaken. But it shows 986 millibars, so this could be 970 millibars over here. So definitely really need to watch this storm. It doesn't look like it's gonna have any effect to land as of right now. Possibly rip current risks may go up across the east coast and the coast of Nova Scotia and stuff like that, but no big effects to land. This is the satellite imagery for Invest 99L in the Caribbean, just to the north of the coastline of South America. As you can see, we have some very explosive convection. It looks very disorganized right now, but we have a very explosive convection, especially on the northeast side of the storm. And as you can see over here, we still have some very explosive convection, more or less convection. But as you can see, we have a lot of thunderstorm activity on the northeastern part of the storm. If we can just get more convection, more in the northwest part of the storm where it can actually wrap around, we could possibly see a tropical depression here within the next 3 days. Here's the spaghetti models with the model track guidance for Invest 99L. Right now, it's just to the north of the coastline of South America right now. As you can see, we do have some models that go into Central America. However, most of these are going into the Gulf, which will bring impacts to the U.S. So as you can see, we do have some very warm waters in the Gulf right now. We have over 31 or 30, even 32 Celsius off the coast of Louisiana, super warm waters. And if this enters the Gulf here, we're going to see a pretty serious situation, especially because we don't have any wind shear or anything like that. So this is definitely not going to have a hard time developing, and this is just exiting some wind shear, so it's only going to strengthen from here if it kind of takes a path like this. Now if it does go into Central America, we're going to have a different story here, because it's not going to have a lot of time to develop. But nonetheless, if this does into the Gulf, we're going to have some rapid intensification for sure. And even if it does reach a Category 2 strength, that's definitely a rapid intensification from a tropical storm to a Category 2. It's hard to say that will happen right now, but definitely, if this does go into the Gulf, we're going to have some type of tropical storm or hurricane impacting somewhere along the Gulf Coast. It could be Mexico, it could be Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, and those types of areas that could see some of those impacts. Cuba could see some impacts, but we don't have the warmest water, so we're not going to see much rapid intensification from over here in Cuba. But definitely somewhere in the Gulf here could see some impacts within the next 120 hours. GFS and symbols also have this going into the Gulf, except it does impact some of Central America, so we'll have some land interference by 72 hours. As you can see, impacts Mexico by 96 hours at 1,002 millibars. So it looks like it may be a tropical depression or possibly low-end tropical storm by then. As you can see, into the Gulf has rapid intensification by 120 hours, 991 millibars by 120 hours, as you can see there. But 975, that's probably a Category 1, Category 2, possibly even low-end Category 3 hurricane impacting Texas and Louisiana by then, looking a lot like Harvey's path, that this major hurricane took the same path here and bringing major impacts to the coastline of Texas. So definitely looking pretty worrying here for especially Texas and Louisiana and even Central America and Mexico. As you look at our model intensity guidance for Invest 99L in the Caribbean, as you can see, we have a lot of these models reaching tropical storm strength, almost all of them except a couple we do have staying in a tropical depression strength. We do have a couple as well reaching Category 1 strength over around 72 hours, and we do even have some. We have one that does reach a Category 2 and Category 3 strength. Right now we're looking at a tropical storm or Category 1 hurricane as of right now, but we will have much updates within the coming days. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you won't miss a single upload or live stream on the channel. Also, make sure to share this video with any friends or family that may want the latest update on the tropics or may be impacted by one of these by Invest 99L. But anyways, stay safe.